Good evening, Bill Adler, Oro Valley. I have a concern that is a little complicated. My concern has to do with the general plan update, not with the intentions of the update, but rather with the poor track record that the town has established in following and consistently applying plans of almost any kind. We have lots of plans. I mean, we've got specific plans, strategic plans, master plans, and a general plan. And we spend more time making exceptions to these plans than we spend time following them. And my concern is that this isn't easy to hide. I think citizens are inclined not to have a high level of trust of government to begin with. But when you have neighborhood meetings like we had last night, we have other neighborhood meetings that I've attended, and it appears rather obvious that the plan is vulnerable, in fact, susceptible to change. It's not a question of trying to persuade or influence. The tendency is to look for opportunities to change based upon market demand, not based upon planning principles. And so under those circumstances, whether that's right or wrong, citizens might find a welcome or an invitation to join in an effort to update a plan as disingenuous, when in fact it appears that the town has no intention of following it, either that plan or any other plans. Now the earlier discussion leads me into this budget discussion. The obligations that we have to this community far exceed the money that we've got on hand. I mean, there may be $11,000 here, there may be $400,000 there. The point is that the obligations that we have are going to require revenues. And it's interesting that the strategic plan specifically identifies looking at alternative revenue sources as something that the town will do. And yet, as just was discussed, this is not something that you choose to do at this time. You refuse to do it at your last meeting. I think these kinds of contradictions, where you have a plan that's adopted that says you should do this, and then you decide openly to say, no, let's discuss it when we need it, that's a contradiction. I mean, that's crisis management. And I don't think that there are too many citizens who would welcome that kind of or that form of management into the town. You're choosing to, in my opinion, commercialize Steam Pump Ranch before you restore it. It violates the master plan in any number of respects. This whole business of planning and referring or deferring to market demand rather than planning principles, I think is a serious error. It needs to be reversed, or I think that the general plan update could fail. And I think that you need to take some responsibility for establishing an atmosphere of optimism with regard to adherence to a plan rather than the pessimism that I think exists.
Thank you.